going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. On today's episode, we're going to be making Chicken Fettuccine Alfredo. Last time we hooked it up in the crock pot, but this time we're hooking it up in a pan on the stove. Gonna make it nice and sexy like. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share with a friend or foe. You already know. As always, the full recipe is going to be in the description. Now let's go. Hey, what's going on, y'all? All right, here's all the ingredients that I'm going to be using for today's Chicken Fettuccine Alfredo. We're going to be hooking up this Alfredo fresh from scratch. To do that, I'm going to be using heavy whipping cream, flat leaf Italian parsley, freshly grated Parmesan cheese, a little bit of white wine, some minced garlic, a whole bunch of seasonings. We got onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, crushed red pepper, Italian seasoning, salt, butter. I've got 1 pound of thinly sliced chicken breast and 9 ounces of fettuccine pasta noodles. Remember, you guys, as always, the full ingredients list and recipe is in the description. Let's get into it. Gonna do a little prep work here. Let's start out by chopping our Italian parsley. Want to chop that finely. Next, we're gonna grate a cup, probably about a cup and a half worth of fresh Parmesan cheese. Now I'm gonna season each side of my chicken breast with about a tablespoon of onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, pink Himalayan salt, and freshly cracked black pepper. And don't forget, you guys, the full recipe is going to be in the description. While you're down there, go ahead and slap that like button and hit that subscribe button. Always make sure you season the opposite side of your meat. Make sure you get all those nooks and crannies with that good seasoning. Now our chicken is ready for the pan. All right, let's jam out over to the stove. I've got my pan preheated over medium heat. Gonna add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil into that pan. Next, I'm gonna go in with my chicken breast. Make sure they're nice and flat, sitting evenly in that pan. And I'm gonna let these sear for about 4 to 5 minutes per side. And after 4 minutes, you flip your chicken breast over. It's looking oh so good with that perfect sear on top. Flip it over and let's hit the other side the exact same way. Another 4 to 5 minutes. And after 4 or 5 minutes on that opposite side, our chicken breast should be finished. Make sure you grab yourself a meat thermometer and check your internal temp. You should reach 165 degrees. Now that our chicken breasts are finished, let's get these out of our pan and onto a tray to rest. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time to start hooking up this Alfredo sauce. Now back into that same pan I just cooked that chicken in that still got all that delicious love at the bottom. Let's go ahead and add about 6 tablespoons of butter. Melt that off into my pan. Next, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Fry that garlic up in my butter for about a minute or until your garlic becomes fragrant. Next, I'm going to go in with about a half cup of white wine. This is Chardonnay I'm using. Feel free to use your favorite white wine for this recipe. We're just going to use this to deglaze our pan. Make sure you get all those brown bits up from the bottom. Now let's bring this wine to a boil, then lower it to a simmer until we cook all the alcohol out of this and reduce this liquid by half. After that wine has reduced, it's time to slowly start whisking in a 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. Whisk all that together till it's well combined. Next, we're going to season this up with 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Hit that with a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Let's grab a whisk and whisk all those seasonings into our Alfredo sauce. And let this simmer until it slightly starts to thicken. And once it starts to thicken, I'm gonna whisk it all up again. Now I'm gonna add my 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese. Slowly whisk in that Parmesan cheese as you add it into your pan. Continue to whisk it in until all that cheese melts and you build this nice, creamy Alfredo sauce. And while I was hooking up that Alfredo, I had a pot of water boiling on the stove as well. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my fettuccine noodles and cook these to the package directions. It's only gonna take me a couple of minutes before these are done. Almost forgot to salt the water. Let's go ahead and throw in a couple of teaspoons of pink Himalayan sea salt into this pasta water. Give that a nice mix up. Now let's go ahead and boil these fettuccine noodles for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now that my fettuccine noodles are done, I'm gonna go ahead and strain these off. Retain some of that starchy pasta water just in case your noodles finish before the sauce is. You can go ahead and pour some of that starchy pasta water onto your noodles so that they don't stick. Now I'm gonna add my fettuccine straight into the pan with that Alfredo sauce. Mix it all around, make sure it's nice and coated in that delicious from scratch Alfredo sauce. And there you have it, delicious Fettuccine Alfredo. Still missing one major component here. First, let's garnish this with a little bit more of this flat leaf Italian parsley and Parmesan cheese. Now let's hit the cutting board and slice up these deliciously seared chicken breasts. These chicken breasts are perfectly seared, nice and moist. These are gonna go perfect on our Fettuccine Alfredo. Now let's go ahead and add our sliced chicken breast onto our pasta. And there you have it, you guys. Fresh, homemade chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Let's grab a fork and get a scoop for Coop. Damn, y'all. This is some of the best fettuccine Alfredo I have ever made. You guys have to check out this recipe. Let me know how you guys like it in the comment section. Don't forget to share a friend or foe. You already know, I'm gone. Bam, there you have it, you guys. Chicken fettuccine Alfredo, hooked it up with the super fire Alfredo sauce right at the house. I mean, you guys can go ahead and use that jar if you like, but this one came out so much better. Let me know how you guys like it in the comment section. Don't forget to hit me on the socials at Smell What Coop is Cooking at Instagram and TikTok. We're just a small channel right here pumping out some bomb food for you guys. So don't forget to make sure you guys let your friends and foes know. And we'll catch you right back here next week for another episode of what? Smell What Coop is Cooking.